Bill Maher called out CNN's Kaitlan Collins on the network's bias. Let's watch.
You made press because you were on Stephen Colbert's show, and he said something like, you guys at CNN just report the news straight. And the crowd burst into laughter.
CNN is the place where both sides can watch. And
I'm talking about the people on CNN. And what I know what the conservative side of America thinks, and I don't blame them. They were just gushing about how great a speech it was. And I think she did fine. I didn't think it was as good as they were making it out to be. It does look like tokenism. It's kind of like the same as The View. In a way, I feel like it's more insulting than what Trump does. And Trump says you're the enemy of the people, which is pretty bad. What she's kind of saying is, I don't need you. I'm not talking to you. You don't matter. You're not relevant anymore. To me, that's even worse than I hate you. It's like, I don't think about you.
I don't know if it's worse than denigrating the press on a daily basis, which is what...
Recently, we showed you Bill Maher absolutely roasting Kaitlan Collins for her hit job on Carolyn Levitt. You'd think that would make her pump the brakes, but nope. Instead of easing up, the CNN anchor doubled down, firing off fresh attacks on Levitt, Trump, and even Elon Musk. Big mistake. Bill Maher wasn't about to let that slide. And this time, his takedown was even more brutal. Pure fireworks, and we've got every receipt.
You continue to give Ukraine money and weapons if you're elected. What's the answer?
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours. It'll be absolutely
over. Do you want
over.
Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people.
Can I just follow up on that because that's a really important
statement
statement
let me just follow up.
There. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
We'll get to Maher's demolition in a moment. But first, why is a guy who voted for Biden suddenly sounding like he's siding with Republicans? Simple. Woke journalists have been setting traps for Trump since before he even won in 2016. And Kaitlan Collins has been one of the ringleaders. In the clip we just watched, she tried to corner Trump with a lose-lose question on Ukraine. Support Ukraine, and he'd be painted as starting World War III. Support Russia, and he'd be smeared as a traitor. Instead, Trump sidestepped it flawlessly, saying he just wanted the killing to stop, no matter which side. Smart move. But nothing infuriates the woke mob more than losing control of the narrative. So they doubled down.
You held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to... You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Trump wasn't having it. He called Kaitlan out on the with good reason. She wasn't asking straight questions. She was padding them with commentary, eating up time, and laying traps. This wasn't journalism. It was an ambush built to grab a soundbite CNN could replay for days. But Trump saw it coming a mile away, dodged the setup, and fired back with a counterpunch that left her scrambling. One moment she thought she had him cornered, next thing she knew, she was on the ropes. And still, she kept swinging, even taking shots at Donald Trump Jr.
That environment wasn't just created by Donald Trump.
Okay, but can I say, you can't blame, and everyone wants your dad to be safe. No one wants the threats against his life to happen, but you can't blame the media for those threats. There's been no evidence that's what drove those.
And allows people to have a platform to call someone literally Hitler every day for 9 years, it creates it.
Okay.
Whether you want to believe it or not, that's a fact.
But as you know, J.D. Vance once likened your dad to Hitler as well. He questioned if he was America's.
This was right after the assassination attempt on Trump, and Don Jr. didn't hold back. He squarely blamed the media for fueling a climate of hate by endlessly comparing his father to Hitler, and he's right. For nearly a decade, the press has painted Trump as a dictator in waiting. So when Kaitlan smugly brought up J.D. Vance once calling Trump Hitler, Maher immediately saw the hypocrisy. Vance never had the reach or power of the media machinand like many. He likely bought into the smear campaign before ever meeting Trump. Once he did, he realized the man wasn't the cartoon villain the press had been selling.
Is it appropriate to bury the Hunter Biden?
You're talking about the press doing that?
He's saying that's what they did, and that is what they did. They buried the Hunter Biden story before the election because they were like, we can't risk having the election thrown to Trump. We'll tell them after the election.
And we know for a fact that that's what they did?
Of course. You don't
but
follow
I mean,
this.
saying you know for a fact that that's what they did? I don't know what they did.
I know, because you only watch MSNBC.
No, that's not true.
Maher has had it with these double standards. Kaitlan and her colleagues have spent years portraying Biden as a saint and Trump as the devil-less reporters. More narrative engineers. If Trump so much as breathes, they spin it into a scandal. But when it's Biden, crickets. Case in point. Hunter's laptop, packed with evidence of corruption and shady deals. CNN buried it like it never existed. Now imagine if Don Jr. carried even a fraction of Hunter's baggage. CNN would go wall-to-wall for weeks. That's why Maher snapped. This bias isn't just obvious, it's weaponized.
There was what you'd have to call some sort of media suppression of Hunter Biden's computer right before the election.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay,
and the truth is, I still don't know what I think about that. And sometimes,
right.
But I mean, to actually parse everything in there and figure out just how dirty Biden Sr. is as a result of the information there.
Can I go to step two? But nothing really. It was common. It was the kind of sort of everyday graft that's sleazy, but doesn't affect the world. Probably.
Right. Yes.
Hunter Biden sold his father's influence to get money, but Joe Biden himself would not give away our nuclear secrets to the Chinese. He's not, he has a soft spot for his son, his ne'er-do-well, stupid son.
I mean, you've heard his voicemails to his Hunter.
So, like, Dad, I'm in a little bit of a jam. Could you just meet with the Chinese guy next week? It would mean a lot to me. And Joe would do it. And then and then Hunter would get the money for the meeting.
The Hunter Biden cover-up was the last straw. Here's a guy who's been selling influence for years. And we're lucky he didn't try to sweet-talk his dad into handing over the nuclear codes for a quick payday. Yet the media paints him as a troubled soul with personal struggles. Meanwhile, if Don Jr. so much as jaywalked, they'd demand his public execution. The hypocrisy is beyond parody. Even lifelong Democrats like Maher are calling it out. Now, this isn't journalism, it's propaganda. And Kaitlan Collins has been right at the forefront.
You made press because you were on Stephen Colbert's show, and he said something like, you guys at CNN just report the news straight. And the crowd burst into laughter. Look, I'm on CNN now. I guess we're on it right now. I mean, they show this show the next night. I don't know how we get away with it with all the fucks, but they do. And all these dirty jokes. But I'm glad. And I'm a big rooter for CNN. But that tells you a lot, doesn't it? I mean, how do you guys think you are doing in that arena of this is a terribly divided country. We're not only politicized, a lot of people just hate the other side. And CNN, in my view, should be the place where both sides can watch. How do you think you're doing with that?
How is CNN is the place where both sides can watch. And I think, my show is evidence of that. We have lawmakers on from both parties. We'll have Elizabeth Warren on one night. We'll have Ted Cruz.
So when she finally sat across from Maher, we knew sparks would fly, but no one expected the sheer level of demolition. He ripped into CNN's fake impartiality, calling out how they parade token Republicans who already despise Trump. Give them 30 seconds to talk, then spend the next 10 minutes shredding them. That's not balance, it's controlled opposition. CNN isn't in the business of informing anymore. They're in the business of controlling the narrative. And the moment anyone dares to call them out, they hide behind misinformation labels to shut critics down. Kaitlan, here's a reality check. Having Republican relatives in a red state doesn't magically make you impartial. Your family's TV habits don't erase CNN's bias.